Some amazing historic facts about FIFA World Cup. The first FIFA World Cup was held in 1930 in Uruguay, and it has been held every 4 years, with the exception of 1942 and 1946 due to World War II, since then. Brazil has won the World Cup a record 5 times, followed by Germany and Italy, who have each won 4 times. The current World Cup champions are Argentina, who won the 2022 tournament in Qatar, beating France after a nail-biting competition. The most goals scored in a single World Cup match was 13, which occurred in 1954 when Austria defeated Switzerland 7-5. The youngest player to ever appear in a World Cup match was Norman Whiteside of Northern Ireland, who was 17 years and 41 days old when he played in the 1982 tournament. Roger Milla from Cameroon is known to be the oldest player to participate in a World Cup match. This man was responsible for leading his country into the World Cup in 1990. The countries that has hosted the World Cup the most times are Brazil and Mexico, who have hosted the tournament twice. The largest attendance for a World Cup match was 199,854, which occurred during the 1950 World Cup final between Brazil and Uruguay. The most goals scored in a single World Cup tournament was 13, by Just Fontaine of France in 1958. The only player to have scored in 5 different World Cup tournaments is Cristiano Ronaldo of Portugal, achieving the feat in the latest edition in Qatar. Mexico has qualified without winning the World Cup tournaments more than any other country, 16 times. The country with the smallest population to ever compete in the FIFA World Cup is Iceland, population 334,000. The Indian team qualified for the 1950 World Cup in Brazil but withdrew from the competition. As well as financial concerns, FIFA's requirement for players to wear shoes during matches played a role in the team's decision, since the Indian players had previously only played barefoot. Luis Monti was the first player to represent 2 different countries in World Cup history. Argentina 1930 and Italy 1934. José Batista of Uruguay was sent off after 56 seconds in 1986 against Scotland. He was the fastest player in World Cup history to be sent off. French referee Joel Quignou has no choice but to punish him for the foul on Gordon Strachan. Another interesting World Cup fact is that famous cricketer Sir Viv Richards is the only person to have played both World Cup football and World Cup cricket. In addition, he played soccer for Antigua in the 1974 World Cup qualifiers. In 1994, Russia's Oleg Slanko scored 5 goals against Cameroon, setting the record for the most individual goals in a match. Hungary's Laszlo Kiss is the only substitute to score a hat-trick in the World Cup. Laszlo scored the first of 3 goals for Hungary when the score was 5-1 against El Salvador in Spain in 1982. At the age of 13 years and 310 days, Souleymane Mamam of Togo became the youngest player to play in a World Cup qualifying match. The substitute came in 3 minutes from the end to replace Kamlan Asaignan.